right, so we're gonna go ahead and paint a really simple coffee cup with some steam coming out and just make it very festive and Christmassy. So the first thing I like to do when I'm painting on a black canvas to get my colors to really pop is I paint my colors in white first. So I'm gonna take the white on my Filbert. I'm using my number 6 Filbert. And I'm gonna find the middle of the canvas as per usual. I usually do that just so I know where it is. And I actually want the top of my coffee cup to be there. So we're gonna start with this smiley face. So I'm just gonna go like that. And I'm gonna leave like about a quarter of the canvas on each side painted. And then above that, I'm gonna make a little bit of a slight rainbow shape. So now we have this like smushed pancake oval. And then I'm gonna go ahead and make my cup. I want my cup to be a little bit rounded. And then it's gonna come down. You can give it like a little place to stand like that. And then we can make our handle come on the right. And that's just gonna be like a C shape. Mine's a reversed C. You can do it on the other side if you want, it doesn't really matter. And then I'm gonna paint the front part of the cup. I'm not gonna paint the inside because we're gonna make that look like liquid. But just do a thin layer of white. Don't get too crazy. And remember, with the black canvas, you can always reshape your lines with painting over with black. So don't even like worry about it being perfect. I say that a lot. And that's just because I've been teaching people painting for so many years that one of the biggest things I see people frustrate over is that they're trying to get it right. But this isn't really a concern that I have. We're just playing. All right, so now I have the base of my cup shape. I'm gonna add some smoke coming out, or like steam, I should say, steam. You can make it into a shape, or you can just make it look, you know, like steamy. It's totally up to you. But I want to have a very little, tiny amount of white on my brush. And I'm just gonna wiggle from the cup up. Do some wiggles. Some people like to put a little heart. You can put like a little heart, like, because you love coffee or cocoa or tea or whatever kind of warm beverage you want to imagine this as. But I'm just going to make it look, maybe there's a heart in there, but I'm going to give it some more little steam. And it's really faint. So I don't want it to be very thick, because if it's really thick, it's going to not look smoky. I want it to look really wispy. I'm going to have it go right off the top of the canvas in the middle. And that looks kind of fun. If it gets too crazy, just take the black back over it. So don't even stress about it. And then I'm pretty good with that. I'm just gonna let it be. And put a little heart in there. Maybe it's not that visible, but that's okay. We want it to be kind of subtle. All right, now this we want to dry a little bit. So let's color in our beverage color, which maybe it's like a hot cocoa or something. So we want to create a brown color. My favorite way to make brown is to just mix yellow and red, which again, all I ever use are the primary colors. They're literally primary blue, primary red, primary yellow. That's what they're called. Real simple. Make orange, red and yellow, and then pull in just a little bit of black. The black goes super, it goes a long way. And notice how it looks kind of yellowish. So if I want to make it look a little more reddish, more chocolatey, just add a little bit more red in. So usually I'll just start with a 50-50 red and yellow, add a little bit of black, and then adjust your tone. So if you want more of a golden brown, use more yellow. If you want more of a sienna brown, use more red. If you want a darker brown, use more black. If you want a light brown, make the shade you want first. So whatever kind of shade, and then add white to it. So I'm going to add a little bit of white to it so that it stands out on the black canvas. Now we have kind of a hot cocoa color maybe. And that's just going to go into the cup. And I'm not making it really thick. I'm not going crazy with that. And then maybe I make a little bit of it look a little lighter towards the center or the top of the liquid. So you want to have a couple shades as per usual. If you want to make a darker shade, use a little extra black mixed in, and then that can go towards the bottom lip. So you should be able to see at least 3 shades of brown inside the cup. That would be just a suggestion, just a friendly suggestion. And it doesn't have to be too complicated. Now, once you have the brown, you have the base of the cup, we're going to clean the brush. I would just have a little cup of water here, and I just wiggle it at the bottom of the cup. And then I take my towel, which I keep handy right above, right here, and I wipe the handle and everything. So make sure it's nice and dry. So clean and dry your brush, and then we can begin to paint our colors. Now, if your canvas is not dry, like if your white paint is not dry yet, mine's pretty dry. I always just suggest having a blow dryer on deck. I just gave it a little pump. And I'm going to make a fun little, I just want to make my cup have a heart on it because that's just what I want. And then we're going to put a heart in red. You can put anything you want on your cup. I usually just make a V with my Filbert because my Filbert is already shaped like a heart. It's like a rounded top. I love this brush because it's fun. And then, and then just let the point come down here, the bottom. And then you have a little heart in your cup. So cute. And then I'm going to paint the rest of the cup green. So I'm going to clean my brush again. And to make my green, I'm just going to mix my blue and yellow. And I'll put a little bit of white in there too. And then I'm going to go around. Be careful going around your heart, because red and green won't make a great, it will make, we're going to go into more of a muddy color if we mix those. So they can go next to each other, but we don't want to mix them together. And I'm just going to color the whole white part in with the green. Now just keep in mind as we go, if you run out of paint, make some more. Whenever I remix my paint, like say I run out of my green and then I go to mix it again, I actually am not that concerned with making the exact same shade I made the first time I mixed my color. Because I want as many shades as possible, and I say that a lot, but that's just one way to get more shades without any effort. You're basically just not trying to match your color. Just let it be a little bit different and go with it. Because eventually we want to create at least 3 different shades on our cup. Maybe I'll add a little more yellow. white as I make a little more green because I keep running out. Now it's going to make it a little lighter. And then I can take that lighter shade and kind of put it around the top of the handle. I want to make it even lighter. I'm going to add more white. I'm going to take that towards the top of the handle and the top of the rim, which I already kind of did. But I want my back rim to be darker, so less white on this part. And we'll repaint our smoke again. We're going to add a couple layers of that to make it look like it's going over the colored part of the cup. We wanted to get the foundation in there. Awesome. So now we have our base colors for our cup. We have some base colors for the smoke. We're going to add some snow and snowflakes while we wait for that to dry. And then we're going to add some layers and then we'll be done. This is a really quick one. So sometimes just, yeah, I think the biggest obstacle for people to create is feeling like they don't have enough time to do it. And I just like to show you that you can make the time. You just need to do something easy. So this is a really small round brush right here, number 2 round. I'm just getting white and I'm going to go all around. Make snow. Or just, it could just be magic dots or whatever you want them to be. And you can even add a little bit more smoke. Maybe that you can, you know, have it coming out of the cup, going over. Be careful if your paint is too wet. You don't want to drag your colors up. And then I can add some more little layers to this too with the smaller brush. I'm just going in and making little lines in the first coat that I did. So fun. It's so relaxing to do this. It's just imagine like an S shape that just keeps going like a snake. I'm doing it really light. Awesome. Don't overdo it. It's just gonna go all around. And then with the small brush still, I'm just gonna keep using it. I'm gonna make a couple snowflakes. Just turn your dots into the snowflakes. So the snowflakes are really easy. You're just gonna come to one of them, choose one, pull up, down, right, and left, and then put a little X. And then put little dots at the end of all the lines. That's like the easiest snowflake type thing to do. So if that is like as far as you want to take it, that's totally fine. I would just spread some around. So make sure you do a few. You can make it a little bit more intricate if you want by painting little lines coming off of the lines, like arrows. So you would just do like a little V-shaped arrow, just alternate. And you can still do the dots. So lines and dots. Just make sure you have a nice big dot in the middle. So I'm just gonna do like one more, maybe. And as many random dots floating around as you want. And the dots can be kind of trailing in the smoke too. That could look kind of cool. I shouldn't call it smoke, it's steam. But yeah, looks kind of cool if you do that. You don't have to do that though. You can just do the lines. I always get carried away. And then I want to make a highlight for my cup. So I'm going to add a lot of white with the small brush into my green. So whichever, shade you're using there, and then just come in. It should be really light, very noticeably lighter, up to the top of the handle, the rim of the cup. And then just choose like the side here. So I'm going to go to this top corner and kind of wiggle in some highlight on this side, on the left. And just wiggle it in. You can even do pure white. So you have some coming down like this, and some coming horizontally on the corner there. And then just the handle, the rim you want to see. And then I want to create a shadow. So we have like our base color, which is that medium green kind of shades that we had. And to make a darker shade of green, use more blue and less yellow. So it's just darker. And then you can even add a little bit of red to darken it more. But it should still look green, so don't do too much red. But it darkens it quite a bit if you do that. You can even add black to it. Just be careful. I like using the red because it's a little more subtle and easy to control. And then I'm going to go towards the bottom of the cup and put some of that dark shadow color. And then the side here. And then maybe like right at the base where the coffee or cocoa or whatever is there. You can go to the very lip here. Almost like outlining where it comes to the liquid. And then you can do it on the handle too, like the bottom of the handle. And the underside of the top of the handle. And then we want to add some highlights like and shadows on the heart too, just to give that some more life so it's not just a flat red. So clean your brush and then we'll do a darker shade of red, which is just red with a tiny bit of blue. Tiny bit of blue. It should still look red. And then I'm going to put that on the right side. Of just the heart. And then clean it. And then we'll do a little bit of a highlight on the left side with more of a pink color. So it'll be like white and red. And then that's going to go on this side. If you want to make it a little more extreme, just do some more white, and then yeah, you have like a different shades on the heart too. And I feel like my highlight got a little crazy right there, so you can always take your green, like your medium green, back and tone your highlights down a bit. Mine got a little crazy into that part. And I was like, whoa, maybe not too many. And you can go back and forth a little bit just until you get the right balance. You do want some, highlights though. You want there to be some extreme highlight going on, so just so that you have something interesting to look at. But remember, it's your choice. You can always go back and forth and tone things down until you're happy with it. I always recommend kind of playing with your colors a little bit until you feel like you can let go. And then last but not least, you can always just add a little bit of the dots going over the cup. So finish it up with just the white again, and that can be going on top of the cup and dotted like inside the mug. And over the heart. And just anywhere you want to see it. So you can go as crazy as you want with the dots, your highlights. You can add more snowflakes into the little scene. And you can just play until you feel like it's done. Maybe I'll add even a little more like tiny little snowflakes, little tiny baby ones. So all your snowflakes don't need to be big. You can do some small, some medium, some large. And then as many dots as you want, and then anything you don't like, just paint it over with black. But you have a super cute little Christmas cup of coffee or cocoa, whatever your favorite beverage is. Hopefully you learned a little bit and had fun. And be sure to like and subscribe to help the channel. And thank you so much for painting with me, and thanks for watching. Bye.